Tuloy natin ang ating usapan. Pero partner, bago ang lahat, tawagin natin ang ating susunod na guest.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. I am Hannah. Thank you, Edward and Kat. Thank you, mga kaibigan natin sa Bethany. Yes, I'm Hannah Murillo. I'm also the Executive Director of MLAC Institute for Psychosocial Services. We are a pioneering mental health non-profit organization that continues to work continues the work of Dr. Honey Carandang. So it used to be MLAC Maria Lourdes Arellano Carandang. Dr. Honey Carandang is also our national social scientist because she brought the science of psychology to lay people. We are the nonprofit that continues her work. We've been through various, from our clinic to various community mental health efforts, from Luzon to Mindanao.
Partner, ito yung labor of love, no? Na kanilang ginagawa, no? May sana kanina napakinggan po natin, no? Yung sina Miss Joanne and ng ECPAT Philippines, no? And si Miss Jenny ng Bethany Children's Home sa kanilang description of the psychological condition ng mga OSAIC victims, no? Or sabihin natin yung mga naabusong bata. Okay? Sa inyong clinical experience sa MLAC, have you observed the same condition at ano-ano po ba yung mga unang-unang intervention na dapat gawin po, no, sa mga ganitong kaso?
Yeah, narinig ko nga yung sinabi na Joanne and Jenny, and I do agree. Also, iba-iba yan. Lahat, you stem from who the child is, right? We always go back to the child. Yung wisdom of the child, ano ba yung sinasabi niya? Ano yung kakaiba? So we go to the body, mind, and spirit. Ano yung nabago, right? Body, para kang nasa constant state of emergency or hyperarousal. Kinakabahan ka lagi, jittery, because trauma lives in your body. You can say na, you can, parang rationalize things na hindi, I'm okay, pero nanginginig ka dito. O kaya hindi, okay lang ako, kaya kong harapin, kunwari sa court hearing, di ba? Kaya kong harapin. Pero pagdating ng perpetrator, nagsisisigaw ka, hindi mo maano yung sarili mo, di ba? So it's in the body, hanggat hindi na pa-process yun, hanggat di alam ng bata na, okay, meron nangyayari sa akin, then mahirap i-address yung pinagdadaanan niya. Mind, ano ba yung nangyayari sa pag-iisip nila? May negative intrusions. May intrusions, and usually pag 6 years old and below, it comes in dreams.
Nightmares.
Nightmares,
Yes.
yon, nightmares, like what you said, talagang, hindi lang dreams, talagang negative nightmares na nagigising sila sa pagtulog. And usually may mga negative self-talk, kasi ang ano mo, yung may mga put-downs, ganyan. It can also be, hindi ka nagagaling, hindi, kaya nangyari to sa'yo, mga ganyan. And then spirit, parang may numbing. Iniisip mo, hindi, kailangan okay na ako ngayon. Pero kung nag-depersonalize ka, kung inalis mo yung sarili mo sa sitwasyon, hindi mo nakikita yung na nangyari to sa'yo, nagde-deny ka, iniisip mo, hindi to nangyari sa akin, then mahirap tayong mag-heal from it. So we have to recognize those things, no? So ito very parang capsule version na ng all these different and varying degrees, intensity of symptoms ng trauma.
And the social worker's role is really critical in helping the children identify the
Yes.
symptoms ng trauma.
Exactly.
That's
and not
why,
to label.
as a social worker,
Oo.
kailangan ka ding trauma-informed
Yeah.
practitioner ka. Para mahigit mong naiintindihan bakit ganon yung mga nakikita o pinapakita ng isang
Yes.
bata. Na hindi ikaw yung magiging cause na magkakaroon ng retraumatization while ang bata ay nasa institution.
That's right.
And
That's right.
social workers are usually one of the first persons that children come into contact with.
Yes.
So very important yung sa umpisa pa lang, trauma-informed ng
Yes.
intervention.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
That's so right.
Kasi parang pag hindi tayo mindful, parang sabihin natin, oh, meron kang ma-utter na word na baka may negative effect yun sa kanya.
Kayo sa MLAC, how do you address yung trauma. Kasi there are many aspects pala.
Yeah. And then, iba-ibang form din ng trauma, di ba? Ngayon, pinag-uusapan natin yung online sexual abuse and exploitation of children. But also, meron yung physical, di ba? Psychological, etc. So, we came up with this primer na ginagawa namin on the field, right? So, palagi kaming pumupunta rin sa mga survivors of climate change disasters. And we came up with ito. So, Presence is the title of the book. Play, recovery, or resilience, empathy, safety, synergy, and shared conviction and philosophy, expressive arts, non-judgmental attitude, care, competence, compassion, and community, and empowerment.
So yan ba yung
Nakapaloob.
parang yan ang framework?
Yes.
Pag-address
Oo.
yun ng
And also the modality. So yung modality namin would be PM Beat, Play and Mindfulness-Based Expressive Arts Therapy. Especially for children, hindi pa develop yung kanilang language faculty in the brain. And you can't really expect them to say, sige na, sabihin mo ano nangyari, ganyan. Lumalabas yan, yung mga details of the traumatic experience through play because that is their most natural way of expressing themselves. I'm sure na,
Yes,
na
yes. That's very
experience
visible.
nyo yan.
Yes,
Yes. Oo. So, yun, that's how we communicate with them. That's how we help connect. So first you connect and then that's how we help heal them.
Ang bigat nun kasi pwedeng doon pa lang
Exactly.
biglang bumaksak sila doon na talagang the,
Or
the
disarmed
experience
sila.
itself.
Minsan, feeling nila hindi mabigat pero it's something that they need to tell about.
To express,
So,
yes.
kailangan yung safety. So, that's the therapeutic environment. It doesn't need to be like a one-on-one with a psychologist. Pwede with a social worker. Pwede with a mental health volunteer. Basta sabi nyo nga, trauma-informed. So, pag may ganong environment and then nakita mo na yung play na, ay, for example, may doll, and then putol-putol yung kanyang limbs. Sabi niya, ay, ako to. So, iisipin natin, bakit kaya niya ina-identify yung sarili niya na putol-putol yung katawan niya? Or buo, tapos puputulin niya, ayan, ako ito. They would see themselves quite differently. Or minsan, doon nga, parang feeling safe sila, makikipaglaro sila. Ay, ito yung sa bahay, ayoko pumunta sa bahay, hindi safe doon. Parang, ba't hindi mo dinodrawing yung bahay mo? Ay, kasi ayoko doon. So, doon na yung therapist or kung sinong mental health professional or practitioner, doon na niya sasaluhin. And because the child is able to tell their story, doon na rin parang nagkakaroon ng healing aspect yon. Feeling niya na, okay, safe, it's okay, I'm validated.
Yes.
Okay lang na masakit yung naramdaman ko. Hindi ko sinesecond guess na, ito yung ginawa sa akin, etc., etc.
I am sure that in the healing process ay mayroon ding spiritual component na kung saan, paano ba ito, no? Yung spiritual component na ito, Miss Jenny?
Ang spirituality din ay malaki yung kanyang naiaambag pagdating po sa coping ng isang bata, sa kanyang healing, no? sa kanyang healing process. Hindi natin siya iwinawalang bahala. Sa Salvation Army, andun talaga siya naka-incorporate yung psycho-spiritual. Kasi we believe that a person is a biopsychosocial spiritual in nature.
So knowing that in OSAE cases, majority was facilitated by the child's own parents who had brainwashed their children to thinking na wala namang masama sa kanilang ginagawa and they're actually just being obedient and helping the family to survive. Mahirap pala talaga ipaintindi ito sa mga bata. Napakahirap ng trabaho ng mga mental health practitioners at mga social workers gaya nyo po.
Saang stage ng healing and recovery process papasok? Yung pagpapaintindi sa kanila na ito ay mali.
So siguro, just to give my 2 cents as well, no, I'm also a mental health researcher and trained in global mental health or public mental health. It really is also a public health problem. Titignan natin, saan nagpe-play yung societal, mga social determinants? Ano yung mga factors in the society that kind of parang give this motivation for these parents? So, aaralin natin, bakit kaya dito sa, for example, in this community, bakit talamak? And then that's how we connect with them.
Pero alam nyo, Dr. Hannah, in my line of work, we prosecute offenders. So
Yes.
mga parents, we send them to jail. And karamihan sa mga na-encounter ko na magulang, alam talaga nila na mali ang
Mali nila
ginagawa
yun.
nila.
Oo.
And poverty is not a
Oo.
reason talaga kung ba't nila ginawa. It's mainly driven by financial gain or financial motivation. It's greed that fuels them to do this. Kailangan ma-prosecute din sila para hindi sila pamarisan ng mga
Yes.
ibang tao sa komunidad. Ang focus talaga
I-draw
namin is
yung
yung best interest of the child. Hindi kami
Absolutely.
nakafocus dun sa
magulang.
mga magulang
Yes.
eh.
Yeah, pero siguro to understand it on a global scale, bakit kaya ganun? Nangyayari pa rin. But of course, hindi natin i-baby or walang impunity, of course.
Saka
Yeah.
kasi since global crime siya, it transcends national boundaries.
Yes.
So global
Diba?
din yung
Yung mga
response.
iba-ibang
From
bansa.
demand side countries, sila sa kanila kasi nanggagaling sila nagfe-fuel ng demand. Eh. So
Exactly.
pagka ganun, hindi naman mga magulang yan, mga customers yan, mga
Oo,
pedophiles,
correct.
na they find sexual gratification in abusing, tormenting,
Oo.
making children suffer.
Children.
Kasi yung iba, very violent eh.
Yep.
Hindi lang siya yung parang playtime. Marami kaming, na-expose kami heavily sa child sexual exploitation materials na may violence na involved.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
may mga cases nga na may nasaktan ng luba, mayroon pa nga namatay eh. Yung sa Peter Scully case, yung sa Cebu. Pinag-uusapan nga namin kanina yung secondary trauma, vicarious
Yes.
trauma. Kaya minsan kahit kami, kapag may mga nabanggit na tungkol dito, natitrigger din kami.
Yes,
So,
totoo.
ano pala?
Papaano?
Papaan, di ba?
Yeah.
Paano?
Unang-una, mindfulness is the awareness na alam nating natitrigger tayo or alam nating merong discomfort tayo na nararamdaman or dapat mindful tayo na okay, eto na, masyado akong maraming napanood na videos. I know it's part of my work. Kasi itong trabaho natin, risk factor yung exposure natin eh, 'di ba? So, meron tayo, predisposed tayo to experiencing this trauma. And then, plus are fueled by our passion. And then, itong mga nangyayari, yung napapanood natin, yung cases na nababasa natin, 'di ba? Sa social work cases, yun pa lang, the interviews. So, para sa amin, kailangan merong mindfulness, yung awareness mo na this is how it's
Self-care din.
affecting you already. And like what you said,
Self-care.
kailangan alagaan ang sarili kasi we are our own tools.
Yes.
Diba? Oo.
In one of UNICEF's reports, nabanggit na ang youngest OSAIC victim survivor ay 2 months old baby lang. Actually, IJM supported case yung na-rescue na 2 months old baby. And when the mother was arrested, the mother commented na wala namang masama sa kanyang ginagawa dahil siya din naman ang nagpapaligo daw sa sanggol niya.
My gosh.
At inaharap niya lang sa webcam yung baby niya.
Yes.
Ano palang masasabi niyo dito? I think ba pwede rin na-touch niyo na rin to kanina,
Oo.
pero baka may deeper pang
Siguro
dapat
yun
pag-usapan.
talaga eh. Parang titignan bakit ganun yung nangyari. Alamin ano ba yung reason behind. So nasabi mo nga, yung iba hindi naman talaga ignorant. Alam nila, they're fully aware. But at the same time, where does the ignorance lie? So, doon mo kakausapin ko, connect ka sa parent. And at the same time, siguro gagawin mo silang accountable para sila rin magiging responsible. And alam nila dapat na ito yung nai-inflict nyo sa child. These are the rights of the child, for example, and then this is the trauma that you're inflicting. And hindi lang yan one time. Lifelong yan. Depende
Yes.
sa...
Hindi mabubura, hindi na mabubura
Oo.
yung video, di
Yeah.
ba? At saka yung impact noon.
Sana meron din palang tumututok sa mga magulang, no? Yung mga nakulong na. Kasi kailangan din nila ng spiritual healing eh.
Yes, oo.
Ako sa palagay ko, no, in my own perspective partner, collective yung effort dapat dito. No?
Yes.
Na andito ang mga kagaya natin. No? We are frontliners for the rights of children, di ba? In protecting them from any forms of abuse and exploitation.
Yeah.
Pero hindi natin to kaya lahat.
Yes.
Okay? May mga certain laws pinag-uusapan natin na siyang nagbibigay ng proteksyon at para mabigyan ng kaparusahan yung mga gumawa doon ng krimen sa isang bata. So, in place ang mga bagay na ito, no? Ang mga instrumento, mga tools na to, in place. However, hindi ito magagawa lamang ng nag-iisa. Kaya sabi ko nga,
Yes.
kolektibo dapat yung pagkilos dito. Mahalaga din siguro, Doc, no? Yung participation ng community.
Yes.
Halaga na mas lalong mapalalim at mas mapalawak pa yung kaunawaan tungkol sa ganitong klaseng gawaing hindi tama para sa mga bata. Yung tipong ang isang komunidad ang siyang nakatingin na
Yes.
nagmamalasakit, hindi yung nakatingin
Para
pero
mahuli.
sila yung gagawa din pala nung
Yeah,
nung bagay na yun.
yeah.
At mahalaga din siguro yung participation dito ng mismo ng gobyerno, no, ng
Yes.
local government units, no. Kasi nga sila yung unang institusyon at sila yung unang 'di ba, isang institusyon na siyang mangunguna para ipatupad, 'di ba, yung mga batas na ito. At doon pa lang papasok yung ginagawa natin,
Yeah.
'di ba? Yung katulad ng ginagawa ni Doc Hannah, ng ECPAT Philippines at ni Miss Jenny ng Bethany.
That brings forth healing and
Yes.
reconciliation
Yes.
sa families.
Ay nako, kulang na kulang ang oras natin para sa pagtalakay po, no, ng ating topic ngayon. Partner.
But we have to end this segment. Let us request our guests to share now their most important observation in the healing process of children and their message to our viewers.
For me, it's always a narrative of hope, the healing process. Maraming karumal-dumal na krimen dyan. Maraming mga taong iniisip mo, tao pa ba to? But at the same time, when you focus on the healing of the child, it's always so hopeful. And you always think na hindi tayo mawawalan ng pagmamahal. Hindi tayo nawawalan ng pag-asa. And when you draw your compassion there, when you draw your, your motivation to work, yun yung nagfu-fuel sa'yo na the world isn't, dreary or ugly or whatever. Kung nakaka-apekto ang trauma, hurt people, people who have healed can also heal people. Kaya yun yung parang, dun ako palaging, parang dun yung forever sa akin nagsistay. Whenever I see a 4-year-old na ganun yung nangyari, pero siya mismo, tinuturuan ako, paano maging bukal sa loob mong tumulong, bukal sa loob mong magmahal.
That's deeply encouraging. Kayo naman, Miss Joanne, you can go
Yan.
next.
Kami naman po sa ECPAT Philippines, we make sure po na ang ating intervention sa ating mga bata is collaborative. Very huge po. Sobrang malaki ang naitutulong ng ating mga psychologists and mental health practitioners pagdating po sa healing and recovery ng ating mga bata. And then, ang na-realize ko lang din po dito sa ating session for today is we also must always look after ourselves too. So, tama nga yung sinabi ni Ma'am na bago tayo naging social worker, bago tayo naging
Tao tayo.
practitioners, tao muna tayo.
Ah.
So, para makapagbigay tayo ng maayos na serbisyo sa ating mga kabataan, we have to look after ourselves first. We have to take care of ourselves always.
Very well said.
Yes. So yung online sexual exploitation of children and at the same time yung child sexual abuse ay totoo siya. Realidad siya na nangyayari siya. In a real time, to a real child. So tayo na naging nagbibigay ng nangangasiwa ng pag-aalaga sa kanila. Wag na wag nating kalimutan na may Diyos pa rin sa lahat ng ito. Na ang Diyos ay nakikita niya yung lahat na nangyayari. At ang lahat ng mga mabubuting bagay ay nagmumula sa Kanya. So, magiging positive tayo sa pagwakas, no, tuldukan natin itong online sexual exploitation. Simulan na natin. Yan.
Partner, gustong-gusto ko pang hashtag yung sinabi ni
I
Doc
love her
Hannah
message
kanina.
of conviction.
Pwedeng i-hashtag talaga yung narrative of hope.
Oo,
Diba?
yung
Ang ganda
narrative
eh.
of hope.
Ang ganda niyan. Oo, di ba? I mean, coming from you, professional people na talagang nangangalaga, no, sa kapakanan ng mga batang biktima, hindi, God bless you more.
Thank
Sa
you.
totoo lang, dahil hindi biro ang pinagdadaanan nyo din, no, sa yung pangangasiwa at pangangalaga sa kanila.
We need more people like them.
Yes, partner. So, maraming salamat at mabuhay kayo at ang lahat na ating mga trauma workers.
We will take a break and we will be right back.
Huwag po kayong aalis.